Hey y'all, welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm going to make for you a cheeseburger pie. This is one of my husband's favorite things that I make, and it's very simple and delicious. It doesn't take a lot of time to mix up, and it just takes a few minutes of baking time in your oven. So I would go ahead and recommend that you preheat your oven to 400 degrees. That way when it's done mixing up, you can put it in. Now let me tell you what all goes in this cheeseburger pie. First off, you're going to take a pound of hamburger meat. You're going to do about 2 tablespoons of chopped onion. Now you can use dried onion if you don't have fresh. You're going to do a cup of shredded cheddar cheese and a cup and a half of milk, salt and pepper to taste, 3/4 of a cup of bisquick, 3 large eggs, and then you're going to have a tomato that you're going to slice. So next up, we're going to go over to the stove and get this casserole started. Okay, we're over at the stove. I've got my skillet heating at about a medium heat. You're going to put your hamburger in, and then you're going to put your onion in. And we're going to just brown this until it's done. And as you're cooking, you want to chop up your hamburger so it's a finely textured. And then once we get this all cooked up, you're going to drain off any of the grease before we put it in our pie pan. As I said earlier, this is a pretty quick and simple recipe to put together. You want to do this when you get home from work one day. It's simple to do and it's quick in the oven, so you can always get it mixed up, and then when your husband or your other half gets home, you can pop it in the oven. That way it'll be hot when they get home. It's a delicious recipe, and it's really good leftover, so if you want to have some for lunches that week or leftover another night, it's good leftover. All right. I'm going to go ahead and finish browning up this hamburger meat, and then I'm going to drain it once I get it all browned up, and then we'll come back and I'll show you how we put the rest of this pie together. All right, y'all, we've got our hamburger meat browned and drained, and now we're going to go ahead and do the rest of this mixture. Now I went ahead and put my 3 eggs into a bowl, and we whisk those up a little bit, and then we're going to add in our milk and our bisquick. And we're going to whisk it for about a minute until it's just good and blended. Like I said earlier, you want to go ahead and get your oven heated while you're doing all this to 400. It doesn't take super long to mix up and get together, so this is a good, nice evening meal when you've worked all day that you can mix up quickly and put it in your oven and have a really good meal. Have a salad with it. I've got a recipe for a great salad on a prior video that has a homemade raspberry vinaigrette dressing that would go nicely with this, and you've got a nice meal for that evening. All right, and then you're just going to use like a 10-inch pie pan. Any type that you have is fine. It doesn't have to be pretty, but if you have a pretty one, you can always put it in that. I don't know about you, but I do like nice dishes, so I like to have pretty things to serve my food in sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't matter. It's all really about the taste anyway. All right, I think we got this mixed up pretty good. You just want to make sure that that it all mixed in good and that there's no really big lumps in it and you can't see any of the bisquick. All right, so let's set this over to the side. I went ahead and greased my pie pan, and I'm going to go ahead and pour in my hamburger and onion. gonna salt and pepper that. It's just a taste. So if you like a lot of salt, I would recommend salting this fairly well, because hamburger meat always tends to seem to need more salt than other meats, at least to me. So we're gonna give that a good salt over every bit of it. And then we're just gonna do a little bit of pepper to taste. All right. And next we're gonna go ahead and put on our milk, eggs, and biscuit. We're gonna pour it over the top. Just stir it up a little bit as I'm pouring it over. All right. And then we're gonna top it with our tomato. And you're just gonna lay the slices over the top. There's no real rhyme or reason, just however you cut them up, just lay them over there. And then we're gonna top that with our shredded cheese. And we're gonna bake this in the oven, uncovered, for 5 to 8 minutes. Now, ovens vary, so you might wanna check it at the 5-minute mark. If a knife comes out clean in the center, it's done. So I'm gonna finish putting this cheese on. I'm gonna go ahead and get ours in the oven, and then I'm gonna show you how it looks after it comes out. All right, y'all, as you can see, we got our cheeseburger pie out of the oven. It's good and hot and bubbly. You want to let it sit and rest for 5 to 10 minutes before you actually slice it. That way it won't fall apart when you do that. I hope that y'all enjoy this recipe. I hope you'll try it and let me know how you like it. And I hope that y'all will subscribe to my channel and click on the bell to get notifications for upcoming videos that I've got. And I hope that y'all have a wonderful week. And thank you so much for watching.